All right, what is going on, everybody? We are live here from the After the Review studios. I am your host, Pete, wrapping up week 2 of an exciting college football Saturday and getting ready to kick off our first Sunday of the NFL season. Hope everyone is having a fantastic weekend. Emu, I know you're not talking about Auburn struggling with Ball State through the first 3 quarters of that game. I don't think they even covered. Zins, what's up? Sorry about your Jayhawks. That was a tough one today. But I did have the over in that game, and we covered comfortably. OJ, Oregon Ducks spanked OSU. Yes, sir. That was one of my bets. That was my easiest 28.5 point spread you were ever going to cover, winning the game 69-3. Amazing Ghost Hunter. Boomer. Yes, little John Mateer love. Doing real work tonight. Michigan might be bad. I do like Bryce Underwood, but I'm not sure. I think Sherrone Moore is going to be fired. You never want to be the guy that replaces the guy. And so they look bad. But Oklahoma, positive. They got to figure out how to run the ball. Oklahoma still can't run the ball. Mateer's going to die in the SEC if he has to run the ball 17, 18 times a game. But definitely a good quarterback. At their OSU quarterback threw back-to-back interceptions. I know, both pick sixes. I was loving it. I could give a shit about covering. Well, Emu, good teams win, great teams cover. You got to cover. That's the rule. Moore's also suspended for the next 2 games. True. Self-imposed suspension for the Connor Stallions situation that wasn't even like a thing. Like the very overplayed Connor Stallions spy situation that really wasn't much over there. But hold on. I'm trying to make sure this thing fits. Let me edit the window a little bit. Let's do 25. Done. There we go. That should fit a little bit better. So y'all can see who we got on the scores here. I mean, Georgia didn't cover against Austin Peay. That's pretty pathetic, if you get my drift. Hit the like button, boys and girls, if you haven't already. Helps us out. Zay, what's up? Hope you're having a good night. We scored 42 and held Ball State to 0 point. Asides egregious refs. Hey, man, all I know is I looked up at halftime and that game was like 21-0. That's all it was. That's all it was yesterday. All it was at half. What was the spread? Probably a shit ton. Ball State's awful. I can look it up, though. I can look up the spread. I didn't know they got to 42. I turned it off at like 28-0. So, dun 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 dun. We can probably find it, though. What's the parlay for tomorrow, though? God, tomorrow's tough. I like Giants plus 6.5. Mike Evans anytime touchdown scorer. And what are we gonna sprinkle on top there? What are we gonna put a little sprinkle on? Denver minus 6.5, whatever it is, 6.5 for Denver. A little sprinkle there. That's the parlay. I have to look. I'm not into NFL parlays right now. Our special teams was also trash. True, they did muff the punt. Both teams missed the field goal, so I'll call that a push. But the muff punt really hurt, and they roughed the punter too. It definitely hurt. Probably Mike Gundy's worst games he's coached. Well, he is a man, and he is over 40, so he's got to coach better. He's probably done in Stillwater. He's kind of run his course there. He's probably out, but there was a lot of good action. Also, quick, everyone laugh at Florida and Arizona State. Ghost Hunter, you guys, I'm going to have to drink hot sauce next week on Backyard Bookies on Thursday because Arizona State is garbage. Me and Scott tied, so we're both doing hot sauce. If Mississippi State doesn't cover that plus 6.5, I don't have to do it, and Scott does. First and goal at the 2-yard line. You run 3 halfback dives at a fucking goal line. What are you doing? You're a coward. Coward coaching. Coward play calling. With a minute 50 left, you're trying to get Mississippi State to burn their 3 timeouts. How about you score the damn touchdown and make sure that game goes to overtime? Worst case scenario. You deserve to lose, and I'm happy it happened to you. So Arizona State's on my shit list. F them. I can't drop too many F-bombs early in the stream. Get flagged for inappropriate behavior. Where's this stupid Auburn game? They didn't cover. 43.5 was the line. They didn't cover. Pathetic. 41 they won by 41. Didn't cover. Pathetic. Knight looked bad, but he is a freshman, so True. Ole Miss is back to looking like false kings once again. I don't think anybody really believed in Ole Miss. They do struggle with Kentucky, though. Kentucky is that team. Jay, honestly, bro, just give up. You look tired. Go to sleep and put your kids to bed. Ha, joke's on you. I don't have any kids. Don't be silly. Wrap your willy. I'm not tired. I'm kind of jazzed up right now after watching that shitty Arizona State game. Pissed me off. I'm jacked the fuck up. He locked in towards the end. Like Kentucky is bad. Hey, don't shit on Zach Calzada, the Aggie legend. I think A&M's got like 4 former quarterbacks starting in college football right now. It's kind of hilarious. It's kind of hilarious. Auburn treated this like a scrimmage, basically called up a shitload of passes when it didn't make sense. Dumb. Arnold, 250, 24 for 28 and 3 touchdowns. Well, that's a lot better. At least he knew how to throw the football today. Virginia Tech blew it. Who did Virginia Tech blow it to? SMU blew it today. SMU should have won. That was awful. Their kicker was 1 for 3, including the miss to end regulation and in double overtime. Baylor was down 14 with 5 minutes left, and they won. 43.5 was the line. They blew it. Yes. Looking forward to Auburn coming into town in a couple of weeks. When does Auburn and Oklahoma play? Next week? Or the week after? 2 weeks? Probably 2 weeks. They play OU and A&M back-to-back. That's a tough little stretch right there. I need them to beat Oklahoma so we can beat them the week after. The refs took away our red zone stop by claiming the whistle was blown before the fumble, despite it being like 2 seconds after. I would have to see it. Literally had the ball was running out of the pile, but they said the play was dead. Well, they could have blown forward progress, too. 2 weeks, then Georgia. Yeah, Oklahoma schedule is brutal. I know OU schedule is awful. Pull up the Sooners schedule here. It's a bad... The SEC schedule got screwed. So the SEC schedule was, like, kind of cursed. So you played the same schedule 2 years in a row, but you played opposite of what you played the year before. So last year, they played whatever they played last year, they'll play the opposite this year. And they just gave Oklahoma the gauntlet. Oklahoma, they got Auburn, they got Texas, they got South Carolina, they got Ole Miss, they got Tennessee, Bama, Missouri, and LSU as their draw. And look at these fucking pansies in Austin. Because they're precious Longhorns. They had to get them into the playoff last year. Oh, look, you get to play Florida. Florida's dick. They're at Florida. Like, dick. Oklahoma, you always play Oklahoma. Oh, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt. They play their first actual SEC road game at Georgia. God willing. I guess Florida. Real SEC road game. But at Georgia, ooh, Arkansas, and then us. Like, what a namby-pamby pansy schedule. Cupcakes in Austin. Look at A&M's man schedule. This is a man schedule right here. At Notre Dame, Auburn, Mississippi State, Florida, Arkansas, LSU, Missouri, South Carolina, Samford. Go Samford. And then Texas. But the schedule's looking navigable now. Florida's kind of trash, and it's in College Station. Like, we beat Notre Dame next week. We have the bye. Then we got Auburn. Like, 3 home games. Can win all those. Can win at Arkansas. In Baton Rouge, a very tough game. Very tough game for us. But we play LSU. Historically, we've played LSU well lately. Should beat Missouri. They're trash. South Carolina, maybe? Probably be around that game. But it's in College Station. Do love that. And then you got to win in Austin. Got to win in Austin. So, good schedule. Let's see. Let's catch up. Did I see the Michigan State game? Big baller. I did not. What did Michigan State do? Michigan State, Boston College. The game was tied. I think it was 7-7 when I last saw it, but let's pull it up. Pull up the scores, Pete. I got to catch up. We still have a bunch of games on. There was a really shitty weather delays today, like lightning across the country, so there's a lot of delays. Like Arizona Weber State delayed. That game may never get played. I hope it does. Sam Houston and Hawaii haven't kicked off yet. live from Honolulu. We'll have a watch party for Sam Houston in Hawaii. What was this Boston College Michigan State score? What happened? No. Wait, what did North Carolina 20-3? I saw it 17-0. What, Tulane? Oh man, Tulane. It's great by. Vandy dog walked Va Tech. Whoa. They were down 20-10 at half and killed them. Jeez. Double overtime, Sparty wins on a 2-point conversion. Love to see it. Let me pull it up. Pull it up! Oregon, Penn State will be the matchup. Yes, I am really liking Oregon, man. Oregon is really impressing me. I really like what I've seen from Oregon so far. I was on them, obviously, for the bets this week, but I like them. They are being slept on. Let's see. Michigan State. Do we have, like, a finish? Here we go. Nope.
Lonergan over the middle. It's caught. Franklin bounces.
Stupid. Is this it? Here we go. We got some potato view. This is some filmed off of TV. Little play action. Throw back across. Open. GG's. Game over. Nice. Nice. He was falling forward when he got the ball. It was a bullshit call. I'd have to say it. I'm the referee expert. Jacob is excited. Football tomorrow. Me too. We can take care of them. Well, we can take them. No, I need you to lose. Sorry. I only care about A&M's strength. I don't need Auburn coming off a loss before they play us. I need them feeling themselves. You can beat Texas, though. Beat Texas for all of us. Thank you for considering us the gauntlet. It's the SEC. It's part of the gauntlet. Free wins, though. They're all home games. Don't complain. You have the annual tradition of never playing Georgia. I mean, we've played Georgia. They refused to put Georgia in College Station. We've played in Athens. Vikings, Jerome. Vikings win 27-14. I will be very happy if we win 27-14 on Monday. I would be very happy. SEC schedules are a myth at this point. Just a talking point, not a real thing. That's false. That's completely false. SEC schedules are a real thing. Go look at like every other conference's schedules. They refuse to play 2 tough games in a row. Georgia might just be cooked. I think there was like a super long lightning delay in that game, so I'm not going to take away a whole much for like a close, I shouldn't say close, a not slaughter of Austin Peay. There was like a 3-4 hour lightning delay, I think. They scored a touchdown every quarter. Like, look at Clemson. What did Gunnar Stockton do? 26-34, 227, no touchdowns, fine. 40 carries for 190, 4.8 yards a carry. Yeah, they ran the ball pretty well, and that's with a couple of guys with negative runs. Defense gave up 6 points. They've been good. So I'm not going to take away too much from that. Like, South Carolina's still going. But yeah, Clemson, they were down 16-3 at half. So Clemson went down 7-0. They had a massive delay, lightning delay, probably like 2 hours. They're down 16-3 at half and then outscore them 24-0 in the second half. Like, that's what I'm talking. Like, this score looks close, but I feel okay if I'm like watching Clemson. I was like, that's what you should do. Take the opening kickoff, score a touchdown, get a pick, score a touchdown the next play, kick a field goal, stop, touchdown. This game's over. Never a threat. Dominate the second half. Kind of just weird. LSU looks worse in retrospect this week. Nah, I'm not going to say that. Teams have letdowns after hard games. Like, look at Notre Dame last year. They go to war week 1 with A&M. They lose at home to Northern Illinois the next week. Notre Dame, your national runner-up. Like, it's hard playing a real team week 1. You could be in a trap spot. Luckily, Texas got the cupcake of, like, San Jose State's going to be one of the worst teams in the country. They're 0-2. They lost to Central Michigan. They lost to the Chippewas. Not a good football team. So disappointed Clemson won. We got to save the upset for later. K-State did lose to Army. Yo, Dublin might be a curse. That's 2 years in a row. If you're a rank, whoever loses the Dublin game, week 0, their season, like Florida State last year imploded. K-State's imploding. The Vikings better beat the Steelers in Dublin week 4. Make the Steelers season implode. Pack fan, Iowa. Go Pack, go. Blow pack, blow? What? And Army lost to Tarleton, yes. In double overtime, though. Therefore, Tarleton State better than K-State. True. That's how the math checks out. Uh-oh. Somehow the odds of Georgia winning against Tennessee went up. Maybe because Syracuse looked really bad this week. Like, Syracuse had to beat UConn in double overtime. In college football, there's always belt to ass. Yeah, weeks 1 through 3. Well, look it up, man. Look it up tomorrow. Hold on. That's where game day's going. The game day was going to Florida. 60% Georgia to win. Game day was going to Florida until Florida lost. They were going to the Florida LSU game. Now they're going to Tennessee. Hilarious. Matthew Golden or Ford for Jerome Ford? Matthew Golden. Just play the wide receiver. As an Auburn fan, I am indeed feeling myself. That's not good. Has Auburn really sunk that low? Uh-oh. Pete! They're doing a fine USA today. They said the NFL will deliver the biggest fine that could be delivered. Uh-oh. For Jalen? 100,000? Speaking of spitting, the guy from Florida spit in the guy from USF's face, and that got him ejected and got the 15-yard penalty and got him into field goal range more. So spitting, hot topic. Legends. Was I impressed with the Longhorns today? No, they didn't cover. 38-7, they didn't cover. Line was 36.5. Manning, 19 of 30. 295, 4 touchdowns and a pick. How many of that was on Yak? Somebody had like a massive long, like Livingston busted an 83-yard touchdown. It was like a 3-yard pass that he took to the house. Wingo was terrible. Had like 3 drops. So, not impressive. Not impressive. Obviously, it looked better. I thought they were going to cover. They did not. So, pretty bad. Baxter, 13 for 64. Yeah, you're not going to burn your backs. But Texas plays the cupcake schedule. Austin P is an FCS team. Well, I know they're not a Division I team. 1AA. Who did Austin P lose to week 1? Mid-Tennessee, they got killed by. I'm blaming the lightning delay. Oh, no, they killed Mid-Tennessee. They're not that bad. They beat Mid-Tennessee. They beat a D1 school last week. They killed Mid-Tennessee. First win over an FBS team since 87. Good for them. Still not impressed with Manning. Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. Tennessee dog walked their FCS team. Yeah, it's an FCS team, though. I think they're taken away. They played East Tennessee State. I don't even think that's an FCS team. They might be They might be Division II. East Tennessee State. Second in the Southern. They probably just got promoted because all the teams in the Southern went to Division I. Syracuse coach made his players run on the field after the game. I saw that. My man, they were running wind sprints. I like that. Oh, look up the Auburn ref thing. How am I going to find that? I'll look up Auburn fumble. I can look up Auburn fumble. If I don't find it on Auburn fumble. These refs in the Auburn game, they blow. There you go. The first tweet. Here we go. Is this play? No, Auburn has the ball. Was this the play? What happened here? That's against Arkansas. What is that?
Killing.
Nope. Oh my God. You're lucky I'm nice. Auburn Ball State fumble. Well, I don't instantly find it, so. Did they call it targeting too? Auburn fans seem mad. Butt fumble. B fumble. Butt fumble. Some bad reffing tonight. Due to stop momentum that wasn't stopped, the play wasn't reviewed. Well, you can't review forward momentum. If the refs called forward momentum, you can't review it. Oh, I love casual fans. Auburn has a pass ruled incomplete. Auburn got a delay of game. Ref reviews the play before the delay, overturn the call, and rule it a fumble. Ball State gets stripped and no review because you can't review forward momentum. God, people are such potatoes on the rules. Rays, gig 'em. Decent win today. Yes, Marcel got hurt. That was a little scary. But they gave up the late touchdown and the 2 points. That game, what was it? It was 44-13. So, pretty comfortable. Honestly, Miles O'Neal looked nice. He threw a dot for a touchdown. Threw a really bad interception, but Marcel was not sharp today. But I loved how we ran. We pounded the rock. 45 carries for 235. Craver, 114 and a tutty. Had a 72-yard. Concepcion, 2 tuds. 73. Bussy with a nice long touchdown. We got some dudes out there. Defense is a problem, though. We're not going to stop Notre Dame. They're going to pound our ass. I said it. We beat Baylor. Baylor beat SMU. We showed a good passing game. The dark ages may be over. Maybe. I want to see it against a real defense. Baylor did just give up 45 today. Baylor did just give up 45. Again. Their defense, not good. Pretty bad, actually. Yeah, Jalen, the biggest fine the NFL can do is $950K. Yikes. That's aggressive. Wingo wasn't... Wingo, not his name-o. Love it. Me and Ghost Hunter are going to have a great time just shitting on Texas this year. I can't wait. Can't wait. Yes, but comparatively to UGA, Tennessee dog-walking their FCS team should increase their odds. Except Georgia's like a better team and ranked higher. Georgia's considered better. I wonder if anybody got hurt for Tennessee. That also could be a factor. Colorado football going to be good this year? Absolutely not, OJ. Absolutely not. But they did win today against Delaware. That's barely a Division I school. They're brand new. They're brand new to the party. Ravens over Buffalo? Nathan, I think so. I kind of like Baltimore. I still like Buffalo to win the AFC in the regular. I kind of like Buffalo to be the 1 seed. I kind of like the Ravens week 1. Colorado has all the problems they did last year, but without Travis or Shadur or a few other of the receivers. Yeah, but their third string quarterback came in and lit it up. You know it's good when your first string and your second string quarterbacks get benched and your third string still goes. Still is extremely obvious. The problem is you can't change that. Once they blow it dead for that, it's like just dead. Yes. Ravens over Bills. Oh, Zay's in. Zay's in now, even though he had them losing to Buffalo. Virginia, NC State was surprisingly entertaining. That is the weirdest game in college football. Virginia and NC State, both in the ACC, but because the ACC is so big, they don't play each other in conference, so they agreed to schedule each other as a non-conference game to just have the regional rivalry going. To a former playoff team, though, so no need for logic. I mean, SMU is not a playoff team this year, though. SMU was ranked 17th. Like, they're not the same team as last year. Their defense is way worse. Worse. Can I get a rankings? There we go. What was SMU? SMU 17. They were S17 for a reason. They're going to go down. Nice. A&M and Oklahoma are moving up. Michigan down. SMU down. Iowa State's probably slightly up. Florida way down. Florida State way up. Arizona State down. Illinois is going to get a nice bump. here. That was a really nice win from Illinois today. That game was an 8-point game in the fourth quarter, and they housed Duke at the end. South Carolina, lightning delay again, another team. I'm just like, whatever, as long as they win. Texas, Clemson, same thing, but good finish. Oregon looked awesome today. Miami took care of business. Georgia took care of business. LSU is taking care of business. Penn State took care of business. Ohio State took care of business. I made a joke to my friend today, so she didn't get it. She might have been drinking. She went to Ohio, the Bobcats, and they upset West Virginia. And I sent her like a snap of like, hey, look at the Bobcats. She's like, go OSU. Because, everybody in Ohio just roots for Ohio State. And I go, I was like shaking my head, and she's like, 70-0. I go, didn't they beat a HBCU 70-0? That feels a little racist to me. And then she got like really upset. She's like, but most of our players are black. I'm like, I'm making a joke. It's not racist to beat an HBCU 70-0. I thought that was a funny joke. You beat Grambling 70-0 feels racist. That Baylor defense looks a lot like our defense with Lincoln Riley. I think it's worse than your defense with Lincoln Riley. At least OU's defense with Lincoln Riley had athletes on the field. Zay hates Texas as well. Now they're in my conference. They're not in your conference. They're not in the ACC. They're in the SEC. Miami's in the ACC, bro. Lock in. Glacier, call me crazy. I don't think Gunner is that good in terms of passing. He can run like a motherfucker, though. I mean, Gunner Stockton can definitely run. Yeah, he wasn't a highly recruited passer. His thing was kind of rushing. So, we'll see. He's kind of got to develop. Our quarterback's a little similar. Marcel Reed's kind of similar. Hit that like button, guys. We got to get the likes going, man. Only 4 likes? What the hell? We need 18 million likes so everyone watches me rant on college football tonight. Will Miami be good this year? Probably. Pete is balding. It's not balding. It's shaved, bub. It's shaved. I'm like Michael Jordan. Shaved head. Means we can call her. Yeah, Auburn probably going to get ranked this week. They should be ranked. It's a pretty low bar right now for 25. Again, you know my stance, guys. I don't think anybody should be ranked until week 3 or week 4. No rankings. No rankings. I need to see people play multiple games before I can rank everybody. He's on the Ravens now after I saw how hungry Lamar is for a Super Bowl. You can see it in his eyes in the iShow speed clip I saw. Too bad Lamar is going to play his worst game of the season in the playoffs. The question is, will they win it? The Ravens are also, or the Bills are also kind of banged up in the secondary. They're pretty banged up in the back end right now. Gotta get that ranking. Keep the streak. You see LeBron got his gold jacket for being in the being a Hall of Famer. Yeah, everybody gets in the NBA or the Basketball Hall of Fame, and it's for the 08 Redeem team. Low-key a hate crime what they did to Grambling. I agree. That's a hate crime. Lane Kiffin also apologized to gamblers after Kentucky kicked that field goal. Lane also... Didn't Lane kick a field goal right before it to get them the cover? Lane knows. Like, Lane knows the lines. What did they do right before Kentucky? They scored that touchdown, like, right before Kentucky. They could have bled the clock and they kicked a field goal at the end of the fourth quarter to put them up 10, and then they gave up the late one to not cover. That was a back-and-forth backdoor right there. That was funny. JK the legend. My team got upset. Florida lost. They did. Billy Napier going to get fired? Probably, but then they'd lose DJ Lagway. Water Buffalo. Xavier Leggett or Rashid Shaheed for flex. Oh, God. Both not great options, so you're probably in a pretty deep league. I'll say Shaheed for the upside. I just don't know what we're going to get out of Leggett. He is the number 2 option there. Ted McMillan's the clear number 1. I don't know what this Panthers passing game is going to look like. Shaheed's the number 2 for the Saints. They're indoors. I kind of know he's got that home run ability. I think Shaheed is the bigger upside. Leggett might be a little bit of a safer play. So it depends what you need, but that's a tough one. You were at the Gator game? Oh, I'm sorry, JK. We want Napier gone now. Napier got the shaved head. Napier should have been gone a long time ago. Lagway is all hype like Anthony Richardson before him. But Anthony Richardson was actually pretty decent in college. That's why he got drafted so high. Lagway's pretty good. I think Billy Napier is a bad coach. Yo, you can't be having haircuts like this. You can't be getting like faded up shaved head over here and be this bad at coaching. This is a white guy. Like, what are we doing here? What's going on? Billy, what are we doing? I don't like it. He's going to get fired. He's feeling the heat again. 20 and 20 in 4 years. Not good enough for Florida. Absolutely, Water Buffalo. Absolutely, glad I could help. 17 should have been put in. Who the hell is 17? The backup quarterback? Was Lagway that bad today? Was that was another game that got delayed by the weather, right? I think it was. It started late. Lagway was 23 of 33, 222, a touchdown and a pick. See, I was a little concerned because Lagway wasn't great last week against Long Island either. I kind of mentioned this last week. 15 of 18, 120, 3 touchdowns. Like, that's a weird line. Who's 17? Trammell Jones Jr. Who's this guy? Freshman. Oh, a true freshman. You don't want to put a true freshman in. It's because he went 12 of 18 against Long Island for 2 touchdowns. Let's chill a little bit. Chill. Disabled vet. Meghan Markle wants everyone to get blood clots. Meghan Markle wants to be left alone and then constantly be in the public eye. Not saying Lagway is the problem. It's just that Napier is bad enough that Lagway can't overcome his terrible coaching. I'm definitely not going to argue that. I'm surprised. The only reason they kept Napier is to keep Lagway because Lagway showed some nice promise last year at the end of the season. It's the Gators. They have talent, but Napier can't use the talent and put it in the play, so we're pissed. We have a good roster. Yeah, they were ranked 13. Florida's been recruiting better. There was a real recruit lag in the state as of late, but they've recruited better. It doesn't help. Like it doesn't help you. Like you can't lose these games when you're in the SEC. Like the SEC is just kind of a slog every year if you're a middle tier team. Like the SEC has a lot of middle tier teams. And if you're in this middle tier of teams in the SEC, like Ole Miss, Arkansas, Auburn, Missouri, maybe Mississippi State, Oklahoma, Tennessee, A&M, Florida, Alabama, South Carolina, Texas, LSU, Georgia, kind of on the that first tier. But then it's like all these teams in the second tier, and then it's like shit Kentucky, kind of meh Vanderbilt, but Vanderbilt getting a little spicy these days. It's just a lot of just mediocre to good. Like there's some really talented rosters, some really good players, some bad coaching, some unfortunate. It's just like it's kind of just ugly and nasty. But seriously, hoping we get ranked because it's been a long time. Well, they did show Bo Nix as one of the first true freshmen to win against a ranked opponent on the road against A&M. So fuck Bo Nix. Dakota, how did we lose to the Tampa Bulls of South Florida? Haven't been good since Tebow. Technically true. Tough loss. Everyone liked South Florida this week. That was like a really sexy upset. Everyone liked South Florida after they dismantled. Boys say, South Florida's schedule is insane. Like, South Florida is really starting to play themselves into a playoff conversation if they win their conference, definitely. They're at Miami next week, so lose to Miami. Just say you lose to Miami. You'll have wins against at Florida and against Boise State. Then if you can win the shitty American Conference, Charlotte, awful. SC State, not good. North Texas, mediocre. FAU, bad. Memphis, nah. UTSA, Navy, UAB. Emu's going to tell me they're great. But still, Rice, whatever. Like, South Florida has a real shot to make the playoffs with this resume. I don't think they're beating Miami. They're not pulling this off 2 weeks in a row. The Gamer, NFL Crab, hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm just glad we overcame our terrible special teams plays and that our defense still looks really good. Yes, the Venables defense is starting to come around. Michigan's offense, not great. Their play calling is kind of frustrating. I do think Underwood's good, too. Like, Underwood showed me some stuff. Like, his arm is explosive. Underwood's got a great arm. Our offense should improve if Mateer can take care of the ball. Yeah, that interception was bad. Like, just missed. Overthrew him a lot. Got a little lucky. I hate... Again, one of the worst rules in college. If you touch the ground, you're down. So stupid. You should have to be touched. The NFL has the best rules. You got to touch somebody. Hey, we lost because of Billy spat on a South Florida player. They definitely spat. That was an aggressive spit. There was a lot there. We lost because he spit in that guy's face. And I call it the shoe throw 2.0. Now, to be fair, was the spit, I didn't see the sequence here. Was the spit before or after the big run? Because USF busted a big run down the sideline and they got to like the 30. I don't know if that was before or after the spit. I don't know if the spit put them at like the 10 or whatever. So if it was if the run was after the spit, devastating. But the shoe throw, infamous. Jalen Carter, just a trendsetter. It was actually Dak, guys. Dak is the guilty one. USF better beat Miami after beating... They're not beating Miami next week. It's just too much. We being dilfed up the ass. We are not great. See? USF making the playoff. NFL also throws flags on players for being excited, so there's a bit of a trade-off there. That was not being excited. That was taunting. You can't stand over a guy. I do love the fun fact that a closed fist punch to the face is an ejection. So is a spit. But an open hand just like bitch slap across the helmet, knocking a guy's helmet sideways, only a 15-yard penalty. Good clarification. After the game, people started chanting "Fire Billy." That's what JK was there too. USF taunted him, that's why. Don't spit on him. And it wasn't even like a little spit, guys. We're talking about projectile. Like, this spit was crazy. I have to look up the Florida spit. This spit was insane. That's a picture. Give me the video. There's the shoe. Not the shoe. Let's play the shoe. Not the shoe throw. 2.0, the shoe. Here we go.
And take a look at the right
Here's
of your screen right there.
Yeah.
Gets into the
That's
face.
a lot of, oh my
spits.
God. That's a
Oh,
lot. That is project. Look at this. Oh my
then
God. There's
spits.
a lot of spit there, guys.
Get.
Look at this.
Get-
Do you have like a mouthful of water? What is happening? Wait, can you guys see this? You can. It's right here. It's right here. It's kind of tough to see. That is a lot of liquid coming out into his face. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh. That's not much of a taunting though. Like, did he call him a bit? Like, he probably called him a bitch or something. Like, he's looking at him. That's like a block and a tackle. Guy's pretty pudgy. Yo, that is an aggressive spit. I like this though. The ref kind of knew. The ref came sprinting in there. He knew number 90 was up to no good. And then the spit hit him, and then he's like, yeah, get the fuck. That's crazy. That is as stupid as it gets. That might be worse than the shoe throw. Uh-oh. D's Edits, what's up? Did Georgia win today? Yes, OJ. Not convincingly, though. 26-6 against Austin Peay. But they had a lightning delay for like an hour and a half to 2.5 hours, so it was weird. Avery, what's up? It's been a minute. How you doing? They should kick him off the team, not going to lie. I mean, it depends how good he is. He's a full-grown adult, too. That's a big man. We are doing good. Football's back. I'm excited. How about another Automatica Grammatica? Kicking field goals. True. I said the field goal had to be a chip shot or he was going to miss it. Martin Grammatica was pretty good, but he missed some big kicks. How did we get Billy? Why? I have no idea how Florida ended up with Billy Napier. That shoe throw was one of the strangest things I ever seen a team lose a game. True, that cost him a playoff. That cost him a CFP berth. They were going to the college football playoff with a win right there. If Lamar plays like he does in the playoffs, like he does in the regular season, we are the most dangerous team. Yes, in the regular season and into the playoffs, it'd be hard to beat us. That is 100% true, but he has to do that. That's a big F right now. No, a lineman from Florida spit on a guy and that on the last drive of the game that led to the USF field goal. That is a lot of spit. It's also considered assault or something, I think, if you do it in public. Battery? That's not a weapon. Violation? Assault with bodily fluids? Battery with bodily fluids? I knew they ran Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen needed to be run out of town, but like, where the fuck did Billy Napier come from? Here we go. Let me get Billy Napier's Wikipedia. Where the fuck did they hire him from? He was the head coach at the Lafayette Cage, UL Lafayette. Oh my God. I remember this now. That's such a crazy hire. Hiring a guy from UL Lafayette. Yo. He won the Sun Belt twice. And he was the National Assistant Coach of the Year twice. 2011 and 2015. At Alabama. And Alabama. There you go. Oh, no. As an assistant, 2 national championships. Okay. So he was an Alabama guy. Spent a year at Arizona State. They replaced the whole staff there. And then he's at Lafayette as the head coach. Now at Florida. And now he's going to be coaching Lafayette again, probably. Yikes. I don't even want to watch the Colts game tomorrow, lol. Well, if the Colts are ever going to win a game, it's going to be tomorrow. Loft. They had one good season and they hired him immediately after. They had 2 good seasons. He won the Sun Belt twice. Big time. And he went to the game. He won the West every year. He won the West his 4 years at Lafayette. They were ranked 19th. The bowl game got canceled, or the championship game got canceled. They just gave it to him. They gave it to Lafayette. Coastal was ranked 12th. God, 2020 was a fever dream of a season. That's wild. A&M should have been in the playoff 2020. I have faith in Lamar's talent over 95% of the league's quarterbacks. True. But the problem is that 5% play in the AFC. And they're usually in the playoffs as well. That is a little bit of a problem. If it was the NFC, it'd be a lot easier. Who the hell is Cam Coleman as the receiver? Cam Coleman, the receiver. Sports edits, I'm not going to say that unless you donate $500 right now. I will not give in to the memes. He's 1/10 of the way of beating the record for best Auburn's wide receiver this century. Well, Auburn has definitely not had wide receivers this century. That's for sure. The only wide receivers Auburn has block. I've never been a fan of hiring a coach after like one breakout season at a small school. True, it does depend on the school and it also depends how young they are. Like Billy Napier isn't super young. How old is he? He's 46, so he was 42 when he got hired. That's not like a hot young hire. Like people will hire a guy who's like 29. If he's like a breakout head coach one season, he's 29, 30 years old. People take risk on guys like that. Kevin Sumlin, anybody who worked at any head coach at Houston in the mid 2000s to 2020, if you were at Houston, you got a big time head coaching job because you were good at they're in Texas, they're in the hood. They can get all this Texas high school football talent of guys who can't read books, and they can beat the shit out of inferior opponents. Anybody can win at Houston. Anybody could win at Houston. What they're saying about Lamar, they said the same about Joe Flacco, Pete. If you don't know, they said Joe can't win the big games. Yeah, but Joe also never played his worst games in the playoffs. Like, Lamar's like crazy bad in some of these playoffs. Now, he finished good against the Bills, but he did have that turnover. That's my biggest problem. Your worst game of the season is always the playoffs with Lamar the last few years. It wasn't that with other guys. Not Joe. I need Lamar to have a really bad regular season game, is what it sounds like. He needs to have a 3-interception stinker against somebody. Lock in. Panthers, Jags, who do I got? I got the Jags. Lean in the Jags. Auburn's had 2,000-yard receivers ever. Yeah, that checks out. The forward pass was a mistake. Just run the football with running backs. It does depend on the school, but about 90% of the time it doesn't work. Alabama is learning that lesson as we speak. Well, the problem is they also hired DeBoer. DeBoer wasn't kind of like a small breakout. DeBoer had some pretty good success. Washington hiring DeBoer would have been the breakout hire because he was at like, what, some one Division III school or Division 1 AA or Division 2 school, and then had the breakout. DeBoer had been pretty consistent at Washington the few years he was there. They obviously reached the pinnacle, but he had been good when he was there. But he's just such a bad fit. It's really stupid culture clash. Cultures have to match. Having some goober from the Pac-12 is not going to help in the SEC. And you kind of saw that with A&M and Jimbo. Like, Jimbo was like a Florida guy, rested on his laurels. The high school coaches hated him. And A&M brings in Mike Elko. See, you bring in Mike Elko, and everybody loves him now. No Texas ties besides being our DC for a while there, Beth being successful. But while he was at A&M, he really ingratiated himself on the defensive recruiting trail, and a lot of high school coaches love him. And so when he came back to us, that's why A&M's pulling up insane classes right now. Like, our recruiting's been really good for 25 and 26. Because, like, ties matter. Like, you got to have fits. You got to have fits. Culture matters in college football. NFL's a little different. College football, you got to be, like, locked in. Oh, my God. I'm glad I caught that. My alarm went off for 11:15, but that was supposed to be for tomorrow morning. That was supposed to be to make sure I'm up for the games tomorrow. Just in case. Glad I caught that. Why is my phone blowing up? 12 ticks. Damn, UCLA lost to UNLV. Oh, sick. 30-23. Nico's trash. Hold on, my buddy's texting me. Shout out to Matt. It's his bachelor party. Hope he's having a good time. He said he's had 1 million beers. And I said he bet he won't have 2 million. He said he's had 1 million beers. He won't have 2, I bet. What works at what? Lamar had a 3-pick game in the regular season. Good. He needs another one. Quitman, did I see the State game? Of course I saw the Mississippi State game. I have to drink hot sauce now because Mississippi State covered. Damn it. What works at Washington doesn't work in the SEC. Also kind of true. But I think it would work. Like, Lane Kiffin has a very similar system to DeBoer, but he doesn't recruit well, and I don't think he's a good play caller. I watched his play calling in those big games with Washington. I don't think he's a very good coach. I think he was a Pac-12 merchant. He recruited decently in the Pacific Northwest to play Pac-12 schools. I don't think his play calling is very good. I think his play calling is outright bad, and him and Grubb together, just bad decision making. Why did we? Durkin sucks ass. Yeah, wait till they can't stop the run. He put on a defensive masterclass. Yeah, wait till it's week 8 and they can't stop the run against real teams. It's a real problem. DJ Durkin's run defense is horrendous. Where does Oregon State play now? They are still technically in the Pac-12 with what? It's a 2-team Pac-12. It's Michigan State and or Oregon State and Washington State. But the Pac-12's getting a bunch of teams next year. They're going to be up to like 9. Yikes. Made a late. They were down 30-13. Holy shit. Nico sucks. Yeah. Zay found a way to watch the games tomorrow. Love it. Won't snitch so you don't get taken out. Maddox, the fisherman. Remember me, bro? Of course. I remember you, Maddox. New name, though. Did you catch big fish? Look at it. It's a big fish. I saw some kid reeled in like a 177-pound halibut in like Maine, off the Atlantic. Set a junior records. Kind of crazy. They held Baylor like 67 yards rushing and Ball State to -7. Just watch. Stream East, they're back. Stream East is back. They got shut down. They're back. I won't snitch. They're back. Go Noles. We got our get back. Yeah, Florida State, real deal now. I was kind of worried. I wanted to see what they did this week. They beat the shit out of A&M Commerce. There's a new one. Of course there is. Do I have Red Zone? Yes, but I don't watch it. I have Sunday Ticket. I have YouTube TV, so I just watch all the games. I kind of hate Red Zone, guys. Don't judge me. I know everybody likes Red Zone. I don't like Red Zone. I like actually watching the games. I watch all the plays. I can actually pay attention to normally the setup is there's 4 TVs and it'll be like the main game on the big TV, then 2 ancillary games that I kind of want to pay attention to. And then the side smaller TV has the 4-game mix on it, and that usually covers everything. But there's 8 games in the noon window tomorrow, so we're gonna have to figure that out. And a lot of times, if I'm at my parents, like they have my dad has like a big projector, and we'll put the 4-game mix on the projector, so it's like a 100-inch projector, so it's kind of like 425 inches, a little more, so it kind of works out. Everything kind of works out. It's nice. It works. But I watch all the games. I also watch most games on replay too the next day. There's a new one, of course. Red Zone does have commercials now, but it's a small amount of commercials, but the NFL is greedy. They just said it's free money. You know why? Because they know us peasants are going to watch the damn games. I think the ACC is arguably the best all-around football conference. I could not disagree more, my man. ACC is bad this year. Incredibly bad. I think they're the weakest conference. Florida State's better than we thought. Miami's decent. Clemson, not quite that. SMU, not. Duke, kind of a letdown. Carolina, like, all these teams are, like, these are all bad. These are all bad. Those 3 are bad. These guys are kind of meh. Those 2 are awful. It's like a 3-conference league. RJ, I think you're the weakest conference. I'm the weakest conference? RJ, dude, I'm the best conference. This is pretty bad. Big 12, let's see. Let's comp it to the Big 12. So the Big 10's clearly better. SEC, Big 10, clearly better. Like, Illinois is sneaky good. Indiana, man, much better today, though. Obviously, Ohio State, or these are 3 of the 4. These are like 3 of the 5 best teams in college football. Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State. Elite teams. A lot of meh here. Michigan's not that good. Iowa, USC's starting to intrigue me a little bit. Want to see that. UCLA's cheeks. Northwestern is cheeks. But really good at the top here. Nebraska's not bad. Nebraska better today. Minnesota's fine. Michigan State's SEC, we've already went over the SEC. Let's look at the Big 12. Let's see how good the Big 12 is. Not Iowa State. Iowa State. I think Iowa State's solid. It's a solid football team. Texas Tech's a solid team. Utah's a pretty good team. Kansas is not bad. They lost today, but they're not bad. BYU's pretty bad now. TCU is solid. I like their quarterback. Arizona State's not quite that good, but they're not terrible. Baylor, a little disappointing. Cincinnati's bad. Colorado's bad. Oklahoma State is horrible. Okay, so these teams are bad. Those 5 teams are awful. Kansas State, West Virginia, Oklahoma State, Colorado, Cincinnati, that's a pretty bad. Baylor's okay to meh. TCU's interesting. BYU's bad. I think Arizona's bad. Kansas is okay. Utah's good. I think UCF is pretty bad. Tech's good. Houston's bad. Iowa State's okay. So, yeah, I'll say the Big 12's, Big 12's probably a little deep. The ACC's better at the top than the Big 12. So stupid that Stanford is in the ACC. Yes. Cal, Stanford, and SMU in the ACC. Make it make sense. The Atlantic Coast Conference. I don't know how good Clemson is, man. Clemson looked pretty bad today. They look good in the second half, but still. Ducks are mid. No. Unreal. The Ducks are good this year. The Ducks just won 69-6 today against Oklahoma State. It's the largest win between 2 Power 5 schools since 1996. The Ducks are good. I like a lot what Dante Moore's doing. You want to shit on Dan Lanning? Go ahead. ACC just isn't very exciting. True. Feel like Florida's extremely overhyped. Well, they lost, so I'm not going to disagree. Sure. I watch the ACC because my Canes are in there. True. Ducks are very good. Yeah, I think the Duckies are the sleeper team right now. So when the Ducks are playing for a national championship, you heard it here first. Why is there? I was gonna say, where's the duck emoji? It's quacktastic. Quack. It's quacktastic. RJ, I don't have many friends. Well, you got a lot of friends in the chat right now, bro. As long as you're willing to talk ball. So yeah, I'll say the ACC is better at the top. The top of the ACC is good. Like, Clemson's good. Like, Clemson's okay. I think they're kind of... they did lose LSU at home. Miami's decent. Florida State's starting to interest me a lot. I'm intrigued. Dante Moore will win the Heisman. Ooh, I like that call. I'm so excited for the Jets tomorrow. RJ, I do not wish that upon you. Life is real tough being a Jets fan. But I'm glad you're excited. It is a new era. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ducks are playing for the Natty. Neither would I, but I would also a little bit because I don't trust Dan Lanning. Like, I don't trust their head coach. Their head coach is kind of... What's the word? Mid. Carson Beck for Heisman. Uh-oh. Zay can get behind that. USF is sneaky good. Yes, Matt. Yes, we talked about USF. That's going to be our at-large. That might be our at-large non-con, like, because there's always one G5, the G5 automatic bid. They could be our G5 team. Hell no, Beck is dog shit. Beck looked good against Notre Dame, Zay. What do you mean? Mateo Ugalale. I butcher that. DJ's little brother, yes. His shitty quarterback brother for Florida State is one of the best edge rushers in the country. Yes, he's a fantastic right end. Much better than his brother was at football. Yeah, who's our sneaky G5 team? Okay, Auburn is probably going to be ranked. I don't know. Auburn may not be ranked. I hate to break it to you. Evu. Auburn's might not be ranked. Utah, Tech, Indiana, Tennessee, Alabama, Ole Miss, A&M, Oklahoma, like maybe SMU falls out. These teams all won comfortably. I guess Ole Miss the least comfortable, but A&M, OU, won a big game, so they're not going anywhere. A&M won comfortably. Bama won comfortably. Tennessee, Indiana, Tech, and Utah, all comfortable wins. I don't know if Auburn's getting in. It's a little too crowded up here because you're not going to knock out Michigan. Florida's too high up to fall out. SMU is maybe your only team that falls out. I just think it's too crowded up here. We haven't played enough games. It's too crowded. All the teams with a lost to a good team. Texas lost to Ohio State. Clemson lost to LSU. Notre Dame lost to Miami. They lost to number 5, number 5, number 1, and number 3. Arguably should be number 2 LSU. Arizona State's not falling out. Yeah, Auburn's not getting in. BYU's not either. These teams are all getting left out. This is deep. So South Florida, Tulane struggled today. They won by 2 against USA. So South Florida getting some votes. James, Matt, my JMU Dukes, almost there. UNLV with a big win. They're going to sneak in. They're going to sneak up. They struggled that week 0, but they've looked good the last few weeks. Kansas State cooked. Louisville, it's very, we're 30 teams deep right now. This is a pretty deep. This is about as deep as I can remember this season. South Florida, big time. Missouri, nice win today. TCU, good. Louisville took care of business. USC has blown a couple of teams out, or they're blowing a team out. Georgia Tech's looked fine. Auburn's look good. BYU's taking care of business. All these teams at the bottom, these taking care of business. Ole Miss struggled a bit today. A&M looked good. Oklahoma, huge win. Iowa State, a nice win today. Florida State looked great. Illinois, great. Notre Dame, it's tough. This is tough. This is a very crowded top 25. USF deserves to be ranked. They do need some love. They'll be loved. They're going to be our G5 team. I'm calling it now. Green, what's up? Only a little bit late. No worries. We're hanging out. I still got a whole nother beer to drink, guys, so I'll be on. I'll be on for a bit. Got a whole nother beer to drink. Am I impressed with Clemson? No. I mean, I was impressed with their second half because they started so bad, down 16-3. Lightning delay, kind of an excuse. But they didn't look good against LSU either. That was kind of a lackluster second half. As Brian Kelly said, they whooped their ass in the second half. If Miami can finish the regular season in the playoff picture, I believe Beck will at least be in consideration. It's probably going to be a quarterback. I don't know who's going to get. Let me look. Drew Aller, the Nuss Bus. Aller and the Nuss Bus. Beck, Dante Moore. I think Arch Manning's probably cooked. Club Dick, potentially. Lenoris, if South Carolina wins the SEC, makes playoffs, Sellers could get it. Nobody on Notre Dame. Nobody on Illinois. No. Castellanos ain't getting it. No. Rocco Becht, if he's big, probably not. Mateer, if Oklahoma goes on a tear, yeah. I could see Mateer winning it. Exciting quarterback. Same thing with A&M. If Marcel Reed and A&M goes on a tear, exciting quarterback. Probably not, though. No. Maybe. No, maybe. Beck's going to be in there. It's probably coming from one of these 5 teams, and it's not Ohio State. Ohio State does. Jeremiah Smith going to have to do something crazy. So it's probably these teams. It's probably these teams excluding Texas, and it's probably the quarterback. Probably not Stockton. Aller, the Nuss Bus, Beck, Dante Moore, Club Dick, Lenoris. That's about it. What are the odds? Some damn odds. I think Clemson's QB is borderline trash. Never liked him and the QB from LSU. Yeah, I don't love Nussmeier, but the NFL guys like the Nuss Bus. And he looked good against Clemson last week. I will admit that. The Nuss Bus looked good against Clemson, but A&M dog-walked him last year. Yeah, I don't like. There's a reason why I call Cade Klubnik Cade Club Dick. So, because he's trash. I'm a Cade Klubnicator. He did look good against Texas in the playoff game, but he has not looked good these first 2 weeks. Also went to Westlake High School. Fuck Westlake High School. Drew Brees also went there. Castellanos is a top 8 quarterback. He doesn't throw, though. Like, he's just a runner. I like Sellers and Raiola, that's it. I'm not even a Patrick Mahomes. I'm not even a Patrick Mahomes guy. I do love Lenoris, though. I think he is a stud. Can I get futures? Can I get NCAA futures? Where are the futures? Here we go. Okay, here we go. Where's the CFB? Where's the college football futures? Oh my God, shut the fuck up. NFL, NBA, MLB, hockey. Okay, here we go. Heisman Trophy. Dunka. Bro, this hasn't been up. What are we doing? They haven't updated this since October? Oh my God. Action Network. Somebody write a nasty note. I'm writing a nasty email to the Action Network. Thank you, FanDuel, for not being a piece of shit. The Nuss Bus is the current favorite. Beck is number 2, right there. John Mateer, right there also. He's going to jump up. I don't know how actual... This is of December 13th, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's not accurate. That's not true. Mateer might have... This could be live right now, so that could be post game. Dante Moore, Arch Manning, he was the favorite. Lenoris, Stockton, Aller. There's Jeremiah Smith. There's Dampier, the quarterback for Utah. Club Dick. Jackson Arnold. Don't tell Emu. Julian Sand, no. Sam Levitt, not after tonight. There's Castellanos. Not likely. He doesn't throw the ball. Jennings, lost. Marcel the Goat Reed. There you go. Lagway, no. Mayava, potentially, if USC goes on a run. CJ Carr, probably not. Miller Moss, I like Miller Moss, but he's not that guy. Jalen Daniels is fun, but done. Mendoza, no shot. Jeremiah Love, if a running back wins, that would be cool. Not the freshman Underwood, no shot. Ty Simpson. Josh Hoover, TCU's not going to be good enough, but he's fun. And there's Aguilar, the quarterback for Tennessee. So, yeah, Carson Beck, good pick. Not a bad pick at all. Could I see someone else winning the Heisman Trophy? No, that's my list. I kind of got the list. Someone's going to have to do something crazy. Cade has always been overrated. I've been saying this. True. I think Reed under Coach Elko has some potential. True, I just want him to pass better green. He's just inconsistent. We'll see though. He's definitely fun. He's definitely a great athlete. Great leader of men. The boys love him. He did get hurt today though. I'm a little worried about what happened. Did I see what Lagway said? I did not. What did he say? I hope a white guy wins it, RJ. What the fuck? We don't give a shit. That's not cool, bro. I hope that's a joke. I don't give a fuck what color you are. Can you ball? Question 1. Do you ball? Answer yes. Okay. Then you might win the Heisman. Then I'm okay with you winning the Heisman. Do you ball? No. I'm not okay with you winning the Heisman Trophy. Representation matters. No more Toby Gerhardts, okay? No more Toby Gerhardts. Now, to be fair, a lot of white guys up here. Arch is white. John Mateer's white. Beck's white. Nussmeier's white. Dante Moore's a half. I think he's half white, half black. Norris Seller's black. Gunnar Stockton's white. Drew Aller's white. Jeremiah Smith, definitely black. Devin Dampier's black. Cub Dix is about as white as it can get. Jackson Arnold's black on the inside. We're going to get a quarterback this year. We had the weird, whatchamacallit year. Does half count? Half counts for nobody. Everybody loses. Or both can claim them. You know what? I'm for representation. White people and black people can claim halves. No, Carson Beck's about as white as could be. He was dating an Instagram supermodel who played basketball. drove a Ferrari and then cheated on her with a Latina woman. That's about as white as you can get. Cats! J-Mo! You excited for tomorrow, Cats? Should be a fun game. I don't care who wins. I hope everybody dies in that game. No offense. The last running back was Derrick Henry. The King? King. Shout out to the King. Carson Beck. Good or bad, at the end of the day, I'm here to have fun and play football. And at the end of the day, we didn't play the best ball. But like I said, there's always another week and we can always grow and improve. Fuck me. That's so bad. That's so bad. I don't like it. I don't like that. Fuck. That's what Lagway said today. Okay, so I can't, okay, like good or bad, at the end of the day, here's the response he can give. Here's the response. So I can kind of spin this. Good or bad, at the end of the day, it's not up to me. It's up to God. I'm just here to play football and do the best I can for this university. We didn't play our best today, but there's always another game, and we need to grow and improve as a team. There we go. That's the statement, and that's a good statement. That I change a few words in there, and the statement makes so much better. It makes it so much better. I'm here to play football, have a good time. Like, you can even say have fun and play football. Like, you can even say that. Like, I'm here to have a good time with my teammates, with my brothers. Something like that. Like, say my team. I'm here to have fun with my teammates, play football, and do the best I can for the university. And today we didn't play our best. But it's another week. There's always another week. We need to grow and improve as a unit. And this one loss will not define us as a team this season. There's still everything in front of us. We could go win the SEC, go win a national championship. Go Gators. There you go. I just fixed it. Put me on the media poke. Thick thighs make the dick rise. Maddox. It's a little, whoa. It is not after midnight. That's like 60% brother right there. True white. No, it's a white guy. He's got to go. Yeah. Have fun. What do you mean have fun? It's the SEC in the swamp. There is no fun. Pull up, remember the Titans. You think football is fun? Yes. No, football is fun. How much fun are you going to have? Zero fun, sir. Well, I'm going to tell you boys how much fun we're going to have. See? Imagine as he came out as trans for a goof during the post-game interview. Whoa. That's assault. Can't hit a woman like that. Tennessee seems weird this year. I don't know how they'll be. I think Tennessee's going to be okay. I think they're going to be okay. I kind of like their quarterback. They got UCLA's quarterback. So they swapped quarterbacks with UCLA, and things are going a lot better for Tennessee. Aguilar gets kicked out of UCLA for Nico, goes to Tennessee, and he's cooking. Like, he's a lot better than Nico's been. Him and Billy must go pull up his press conference. Look at his body language. Okay, let me look it up. Ah! Whoa. Okay. That's a tough photo. Holy shit. That's a tough photo. That's an awesome Gatorade ad. Oh my god, I kind of like that. Not gonna lie. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, shut up, Houston Chronicle, you stupid bitch. Zero fun, sir. That's a tough photo. So why did I put a space between Lagway? Press conference. That was today. Let me do this. Let me search on the tubes. Search on Twitter. Oh no, you can see what I'm subscribed to. Everybody go subscribe to the Catch. We got fantasy shit. Okay, this doesn't look great. That looks bad. Fuck you, Billy. Oh my god. Trying to not get copyright here, guys. Pull this up. Mute this. La 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 la. Don't copyright me. That looks like shit. He looks like he don't give a fuck, man. I'm out. I might be out. Yeah, he looks like he doesn't give a fuck. Now, he's also a child. He is also a child. He's like 19, 18. I might give him a little break. Give him a little break there, but that's crazy. Will Syracuse football ever be good again? I thought they were going to be good with Fran as their head coach. So I'm going to say yes. Oh, JMO signed a new deal with the Lions. I'm glad. I'm glad they extended a one-trick pony. That's why Cats came in here, hyping up JMO. He just runs straight. I'm glad the Vikings gave him to him and gave the Ravens Kyle Hamilton all in the same trade. Good job. I'm absolutely living for Nico getting absolutely destroyed. True. If anybody watches Barstool's, what is it? The Unnecessary Roughness podcast, their college football postgame, like their recaps every Saturday. My man was in hell last week. He's like, it was crazy. Like Nico's a con artist. His dad's a con artist. He was in hell last week. It's a good college football show. I went to school with Casey Smith, by the way. Beach Dubs. She got some big old titties. And she was fucking Mike Evans at the time. So good for her. There's a little lore for you guys. I've been thinking Houston will beat the Rams tomorrow, and I'm a Rams fan. Nathan, I'm on the Texans too. I definitely like the Texans to cover. The offensive line issue concerns me, and Stafford's back. Now, Houston's offensive line is dog shit, so the Rams defense should have a good day. But I'm worried about Stafford's back and their offensive line. Like, Houston's pass rush is elite. They have a great pass rush, and they have a great second. They have just a great defense. They're my fantasy defense in both my leagues with defenses. So, they're a good team, the Texans do. Sometimes the grass ain't greener on the other side of Nico. Nico sucks, I think. I just think he sucks. He doesn't give a shit. Hold on, my buddy's sending me videos. I gotta watch. We gotta watch for the entertainment. The bachelor party vids. He's ripping and then throwing Ks. He's having a fun time. I'm happy. Can't wait to hang out with him. All right, let me get back to chat. I'm out on him. Uh-oh. Chap skip. His throws were terrible. He's 19 and making millions. And he cares about none of it. Bro was pausing so he could be made into Twitch emotes. Uh-oh. Cut it up, boys. Going to watch the FSU Virginia Tech game this year. This place in FSU's campus, they have the best milkshakes. Ooh. I haven't had a good milkshake in a minute. They're going to beat the shit out of Virginia Tech, too. You guys also gave us Malachi Stark's draft reaction on Jackson was 10 out of 10. True! Jackson's been okay. He had a pretty decent camp, but still, he's going to struggle. I mean, we saw Simmons. Everybody talked about how good Simmons was in camp, and he kind of had a rough night against the Chargers last night. Went from a great situation in Tennessee with lots of talent around him to a team that has been terrible for a good bit and no foundation, and they're the second best team in the city. USC is the better team in that city, and they don't even play like real home games. They play at the Rose Bowl. The Vikings are ass. Jeffrey, we just won 14 games, bro. Chill. Not ass. How long do I think Alabama keeps their coach? 1 year. He will get fired after this season, I think. Lions at Green Bay. Lean Green Bay. Toss up, though. Lean Green Bay. Toss up. Green Bay's at home. They got a little extra juice. If they go 8-4, I think DeBoer's cooked. I 1,000% agree. 1,000% agree. Nothing like a milkshake, bro. Strawberry milkshake. Solid. Very solid. How about a Dr. Pepper milkshake? Dr. Pepper milkshake. What do you know about that? Amazing. I still think the Vikings need Sean Mannion. Evil. What's up? Nobody needs Sean Mannion. Arizona State football uniforms were awful today. Oh, I thought I liked it. I liked the little devil. I mean, I don't like the devil, but I thought their helmets were okay today. It was they were these. They were white though. It was these helmets. It was not. That's a much better, like the maroon jersey on the white helmet's better, but they wore the white helmets today. I like the little devil helmets. They were all white, weren't they? Or did they have yellow pants on? It was this helmet. Great helmet. Little devil. Diabolical. What's he up to? What the hell is a sun devil? Like kind of a exotic being or something? Yeah, and you got stoned by the Lions twice. And we won the same amount of playoff games, Jeffrey. I'm not going to take Lions fans acting reckless for a franchise that's been my toilet paper for my entire life. From Whataburger? Yes, sir. Green. Yes, sir. Evil's big root beer float guy. I haven't had a root beer float in a minute. Coke float? Root beer float? I know someone who was an ASU alumni that was at the game. That's rough. But congrats on him for the sex. If it's a guy. If it's a girl, I'm sorry. 30 on Joe Burrow to get 3 TDs. I went over for him. That's a lot of TDs, hey. But Saquon just hit. Saquon did hit for you. Jeffrey sounds desperate for validation. The White's boyfriend is busy. How many of the Lions won? What? Lion fans talking reckless. That's comical. Her husband is a Nebraska fan. They are cool. Nice. Good. Rough on him, though. Arizona State's, she's probably hot, smoking hot. Arizona State women are known for being loose and gorgeous. Sonic has good floats. Sonic also had like the dollar, like appetites menu. Mozzarella sticks from Sonic, smack. JJ got clamped by a slop corner. What? No, Sam Darnold was just bad. Do I have to pull up this again? Justin Jefferson running wide open for touchdowns and Sam Darnold seeing ghosts? What? Nobody's covering fucking Justin Jefferson. You out of your goddamn mind. USC being the best team in that city is like being the best shoplifter at the local Walmart with one 80-year-old security guard. I guess it's an accomplishment technically, but still it's pathetic. Fair. It's not a good college football city, but it's hard. Like, it's really hard to be a competent college program when there's another college program that's like flashy and successful and's got a long, like USC's got insane college football history. They are both tall. Nice. They're going to have D1. Those are some D1 babies in the making. Some offensive linemen. We're going to have a right tackle over here. Lions, true, have never been to the Super Bowl. And they are significantly older than the Vikings. Evil. Jeffrey's right. I'm delusional. Irk Armstead Clampton. God, the revisionist history is crazy. We all watched that game. We all watched that stream. Sam Darnold seeing ghosts. Jefferson's wide open to the back of the end zone like 4 times. USC has not been dominant in like 20 years. They were pretty good with, speaking of Sam Darnold, they were pretty good with Darnold. They weren't as dominant. They were national powerhouse, obviously, in the early 2000s. The Jets may win tomorrow. I'm not going to argue that. The Jets could win tomorrow. It wouldn't be the craziest thing. I'd be a little surprised, but it's kind of crazy. Oh my God, I'm really going to have to fucking do this, aren't I? This is really annoying. I'm really going to have to give in to this. I'm giving in to the haters, guys. Unskippable ads. This is not going to be on the playback. I'm going to get hit. Copyright. Rodgers' first game with Pitt. He may have zero chemistry with them. True. OJ picked the Jets. They are at home. Jeffrey is delusional. He doesn't realize JJ can't be guarded. Yeah. Steelers defense probably scores 2 TDs. That is a concern that Justin Fields just turns it over. Oh, look. It's the Lions not doing anything. Look, they don't even show our red zone. Can we get our red zone? Oh, yeah, here we go. This is the second quarter. Like, what the fuck? They don't even have the whole fucking game, dude. This is annoying. Condensed replay. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Watch Sam Darnold miss a wide open Justin Jefferson. Oh, he caught that one because he's the GOAT. First and goal, shit. Here we go. Second and goal. Wide open. Holding on to the ball. Throws it away. He was wide open. Throws it away. There's fourth down. Open again. Missed him. So that was third down. Missed him early. Fourth down. Oh, look. He's open again. Addison's wide open on that, by the way. Open again. Misses him. Throw me the fucking ball. So there's 1, 2. The fake intentional grounding that they don't call. Should have been a safety. Look. Open again. Misses him. Bad throw. Watch this one. Look, terrible throw. Wide open. Wide open. Terrible. He's wide open. He's wide open. Oh my God. He's wide open. That is wide open in the NFL. He has to make him try and make a circus catch. He's wide open for the touchdown. Wide open. Cooked on third down. Third down. So he's wide open, right? He is wide open right here. Wide open. And he has to make him make a somersault, try and catch and keep it in bounds. Terrible. Look at this. Look at this. Cooked. Burnt toast. Burnt toast. All he's got to do is put the football right here. Lost. Burnt fucking toast. Burnt toast. This is cooked. Look at this. This is cooked. Yo. All he's got to do is lay the ball up. Oh my God. That's crazy. Cooked. That's Sam Darnold, man. And that is why he is playing in Seattle. Correct. If that's clamped, that's crazy. Yeah. Welcome to the NFL. Those are wide open throws in the NFL. Sam Darnold just bad. It's just... Is that Sam Darnold? It's Justin Fields. Ryan Leaf. Show us the playoff game where I crashed out. A valid show. Even, whatchamacallit, PA, the Vikings play-by-play crashed out on Sam Darnold holding on to the goddamn football. Yeah, if that's clamped, I need some new clamps. True. Green, he's trying to say that Jefferson got clamped by the Lions in Week 18 by a slot quarter. And I had to show that Sam Darnold's just bad. He missed wide open. Jefferson was open for multiple touchdowns constantly. and he couldn't hit him. Jets O-line rules. Not anymore. Elijah Vera Tucker tore his titty. Lions cannot score a TD on my team. Is he a Lions fan? He's a Lions fan or a troll. I can't tell. How can I tell if this cute guy at the gym may be into you? He's not. He's at the gym. He's just trying to get gains. Nobody's attracted to anybody at the gym. They're just trying to get gains, bro. Hold on, I gotta find this GIF. Hold on. Oh, sorry guys, chat's dying for a second. Make fun of that stupid Lions fan. Make fun of me. All right, there we go. I found it. Thanks, guys. Sorry, RJ. 38-3. Last late Ravens-Lions game. Cooked. They blew a 21-point lead in the NFC title game, and no winning franchise would let that slide and be glad they made it so far. And then blew a 15-2 season. Most annoying fan base? Probably Eagles fans. Patriots, it's Eagles. It's got to be the Eagles. Whoever's winning at the moment, it's Eagles. Eagles threw batteries at Santa Claus one time. Eagles and Cowboys. Cowboy fans are not that bad anymore. They just think it's their year every year. Hey, it's our year. Hey, man. It's our year. Go Cowboys. Go Raiders. All right. I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Hit that like button, boys. I will be live again tomorrow night, right after Sunday Night Football. So right after the Ravens-Bills game, I will go live, break down everything we saw from the action on Sunday. So be sure to stop in, tune in, get ready for it. NFL season is here. I'm hyped. You're hype. We're all hype. Everybody hype? Everybody's hype. So appreciate everybody. Have a good night. Let's go. Pete, we rocking with the Steelers. Yeah, I have the Steelers winning. Eagles fans are sluts. Cowboys fans after 20 years know Jerry is terrible. True. Cowboy fans are obnoxious. Not bad. True. Hit the like button or USF will beat your season and you'll be stuck with Billy Napier. Right after a dub. I like it, Zay. Manifesting victory. So thanks for everybody stopping by. See you guys tomorrow. Be excited. Week 1 officially here. Our first Sunday of the NFL season. I hope Lamar does well. Well, not too well. I'm playing against him in fantasy, so I don't care if they win. I pick them to win, but just don't do too well. How about Henry gets all the touchdowns? We'll just get Derek. We'll get Henry all the touchdowns. I'm playing against Lamar, but I have Josh Allen, so high-scoring game, not the worst thing in the world. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do the stuff. You know the deal. I'll see you guys tomorrow after Bills Ravens. Everyone, enjoy your first.